Okay, I think we're back. Damn. Yeah, I lost power for like 3 seconds. That's it. But when it came back, and I tried to get back on the stream or start a new stream, it was like YouTube hadn't registered that I was gone from the previous stream. So the stream just kept going with a black screen. And I didn't realize that. And I was trying to start my new one, and it wasn't letting me start a new one. And I was like, what is going on? So I had to do all these reloads, reboots, and I think we're back. What's up, doggo? Okay, at least I see that some people have found the stream again. I think it was the trolls. I had 2 trolls. I think someone banned them. I think it was 1 troll. I think 1 person banned them. They came back with another name, probably got banned again. And then, so outraged, they somehow caused a power outage. That was alerted to me on my phone, by the way. So it wasn't like just me. It was like an area-wide power outage. What's up, Mary? Hope we get some people back. I don't even know. We were going strong there for a second. We had Nil. We had and all the crew. All the crew. But my OGs are here. Mary and Doggo. Okay. Well, who's a mod? Are you a mod? Mary's not a mod. You're not a mod. Well, they threatened to body slam me, and I think maybe someone banned them because they came back with another name. Now, I didn't ban them, and nor did I really think the body slam comment was much of a threat because it was on the internet. How much can you do on the internet, obviously? But anyway, I said it already, but I want the trolls here. It's better because I don't, as much as I love the Hangout, and I do, I like the Hangout. The point still is to reach other people sometimes. So I guess we'll start over. I don't know. Mary, I also reacted to some AP that we just lost. Hang on. I reacted to AP's pizza stream or pizza review because I have a pizza too. And I thought it was cool that I was eating a vegan pizza, reacting to Aaron P eating a vegan pizza and reviewing it. And I mean, that might have been what caused it. It was too much. It was too much for the power system. The power grid couldn't handle that.
One of the worst ways.
I guess we'll start over. Oh man, that means I gotta watch it all over again. Damn it. Because I had to delete that other one. It was gonna keep on going in perpetuity, guys, unless I deleted that stream. I didn't see any way out. It just thought I was still there, but I wasn't there. So it had a black screen and it was still going. I clicked on it. I saw you guys in there. You were chatting. So I just had to delete it.
Should we just
don't forcefully breed them into existence? Maybe.
No, I want
to
do forcefully breed them.
It is rape, though, isn't it? Because it's.
You're pretty good at this. Not gonna lie, doggo. You definitely got me with that one. That one kind of stung. Not gonna lie.
Unconsented, isn't it?
Oh, you probably ought to threaten physical violence as well.
It's not rape.
What is it about sticking your fist up a cow's backside?
But guys, guess what? All is not lost. I still have 25% left of my pizza, so we're in good shape.
Or
that's white.
Just for a 2-minute sandwich, that is.
Red.
I'm trying to work out how you can think that is acceptable.
No, yeah, but you're not listening to me, so you're not trying to work out.
Go on.
I can't see it.
You can hear it though. That you think is not rape.
Because being AI'd is a lot nicer than being ridden by a ball for days constantly.
But
and less dangerous.
Do you think the cow would just like to be left alone and not have their calf stolen, or do you think that if they could speak, they would tell you to do one?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the cow. You know,
How old are you? Sorry.
why? Why is that relevant?
You're saying things like you need to ask the cow. It seems a little bit childish to me. When there's a big.
Well, you're the one saying you know how the cow feels, and I'm the one being childish.
Well, when I'm seeing videos of cows absolutely exhausted from repeated cycles.
They can't even keep up. Even her camera is like, the fuck? It's all off.
Of forced pregnancy. I think that's
They would be pregnant far quicker in the wild. They would have more progeny.
So what is it about forcefully impregnating cows that you think is okay?
It's like I'm on repeat. Do you listen to what I'm saying?
What is it about fisting
I've told
cows?
you 4 times now.
It is like you're on repeat where you can't answer any question.
4 times I've told you. Are you listening this time?
Do you think that you could just leave the cows alone?
Are you listening? Are you going to listen to what I say?
Are you going to leave the cows alone?
In what way?
Stop fisting them?
I can put a bull with them. I've got a bull with mine.
Or you could just leave them
Which
alone?
do you think the cow prefers?
Just move on. Just grow up.
What? Just let them wander around the traffic?
Just don't.
Should we just
don't forcefully breed them into existence? Maybe.
No, I want to forcefully breed them. They would have more calves in the wild than they would do on a farm.
Why do you want to forcefully impregnate cows? I don't get it. When you could just not.
Well, I could just let it happen naturally.
You could just not do this as a hobby or a job. You could just move on and leave outdated practices.
Because 100% of the people of the globe use animal products, and 99.
All right, we'll do that next then, doggo. PETA is the worst. Let me find it. By Papa Meat. 1.2 million views. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Why did you do this to me, doggo? Had a nice stream lined up. Nice, pleasant stream. We're gonna watch Jake. And then we're just gonna ease out of the stream. Have a nice Saturday evening. And now you got me on this. But good recommendation. We'll watch it.
0.9% of people eat animal products.
But we got a ways to go. We got to get through this.
I am providing a service that people want.
I think you'll find that it's more like 80% of the world eats
rubbish.
Eats meat. Yeah, it's
Who told you that?
There's a massive population in India and China, believe it or not, that don't eat.
You know
meat.
why India? Because their hunting grounds were taken from them in colonization, and they took the meat away from them to make them weak. It's why the diabetes there is shocking.
Why is it that I'm not weak, and why is it that I know people 3 times the size of me who are also
for the 12th time? Because your parents and your grandparents ate animal products and you did growing up. That's why.
You do know that there is generations.
The vegan diet is incomplete on day 1.
What do you mean by?
He's been vegan like 7 or 8 years. I realize he's younger than you, lady, but he's clearly fitter than you. You're not the picture of health yourself, lady.
Incomplete. What am I missing?
Lots of B12, taurine.
I've just told you that our food is fortified with B12, just like animal products are fortified with B12.
It's not digested as well, though. It needs to be injected.
It is, because my levels of B12 are perfectly fine, and so is everyone else's who I know.
This is pretty funny. She said this before. It's not digested well. It really ought to be injected. So does she inject B12? Or is it her contention that it's digested well from meats? But vegans, we should get jabs. Lady, you make no sense. I did it in the last stream, but I'll make sure we have it in perpetuity. I put this all over my pizza. my nooch. What's that say, lady? I don't know if you can read it. I'll read it for you. Vitamin B12, 630% per 2 tablespoons. I did more than 2. I was like that. So much it made that noise. So I probably got like 1,500% of what I needed. Let's just say it's hard to digest, as you claim. I think I'll be able to get 7% of it.
Oh, so
That's because you have to supplement because your diet is incomplete.
yeah, but animals have to get supplemented to give people the B12.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No,
I've just
they
got it
don't.
up. You just
Wait, go on then. Show us.
you're just in denial. I think you
You can
just.
buy-
It is good content. Maybe I'll save that one, doggo, for the next one. Because this one I wasn't gonna do. You know what? There's some music starting. I was gonna go to tonight. I'm not gonna make it. But I would have made it if it weren't for this power glitch delaying and everything. But whatever. We're gonna go through. I've got a couple vids pulled up. We'll do PETA's terrible some other day. Yeah. I'll send it to the people I know at PETA and see what they have to say after we react to it. I'm curious. Remember that one you sent me that was like Solar Sands? Solar Sands. It was a pretty good video. By the way, we reached out to Solar Sands and we were talking to him actually. Checking out. I mean, he was responding to us, checking out, maybe doing some kind of follow-up stuff. Anyway, nice guy is what I'm saying. But Solar Sands like also was like doing the whole, yeah, but PETA's cringy. You ought to be vegan, but PETA though. So I wasn't a fan of that, but
denying facts.
You couldn't get it up. Show us.
I could get it up. Yeah. Do you want me to get it up again?
Are you saying in the third world and second world animals are supplemented?
You're on about the third world now.
Well, you're on all animals are supplemented. No, they're not.
I have got this up before, but we'll do it again. All sheep and goats have the ability to synthesize B12, provided they receive adequate cobalt in their diet. But like I said, there's a cobalt deficiency, so they have to get injected.
Where's the cobalt deficiency? Where?
In the soil. It's lacking cobalt. So therefore, animals who are eating grass.
In what areas?
They're not. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because I'm just saying, it's an animal getting.
This lady thinks the UK is so special. Imagine like having that mindset that your shit just doesn't stink. Like she really thinks like everything in the UK is polished with gold. You got factory farms there, lady. They're disgusting as shit. Just like in America, just like everywhere.
Injected with B12 is the same as me getting my food fortified with B12. And because my B12 levels are fine and there's no need to attack animals or bully animals, it's completely unnecessary. And I am living proof, and other people are living proof of this. It's not an argument for slitting animals' necks open.
It is not.
It's just not. No, it's not.
It is.
How far along the cruelty scale would you go? Would you be okay with someone getting a screwdriver and stabbing the animals in the face before they kill them, or is that not humane? Like, where's your line? Where is your line with animal cruelty?
Animals shouldn't feel pain,
but they do when you send them to slaughter. So
when?
Okay, let's not go as far as the death. Then let's just look at the 600 goats that were burnt alive in East Yorkshire this week or last week. These goats would have gone through immense suffering, probably one of the worst ways to die. This is a result of animal agriculture. So would you say that is a bad thing, or are you okay with the 600 goats?
Well, if it had been on purpose. Was it on purpose that these goats were
It
killed?
wasn't on purpose, but what I'm saying is it was still a result. It still happened because of people like yourself who fund that industry.
Well, people died on the road yesterday. Should we stop all that? It wasn't on purpose, was it? It was an accident.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between an accidental death of a human in order for humanity to evolve, and enslaving goats in a camp and then watching them all burn into ashes. I think there's a bit of a difference there, don't you? Do you accept that this is a result of your choices and your industry, this atrocity that
I have
occurred?
no idea what you're talking about.
I've just said 600 goats got burnt alive in a.
You gotta be slow with her, Jake. Slow it down. Look, she's struggling. Look at the look on her face as she struggles to process it. She's trying. What I'm saying, Jake, is she's trying.
In a shed in East Yorkshire.
Why? How did they get?
It was a result of the demand for their flesh.
Yeah, but why did they get burned alive? I'm not saying
because they were confined in a place, and that place caught on fire, lady. That's how they got burned alive. They shouldn't have been there in the first place, is the point. God, she's dim.
It was a heat lamp that had fell over, and it was a result of the demand for their flesh. Do you think that is good or bad?
I think that's the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard. No one meant for them to die alive, did they?
But they did, and that the point is they did.
Well, it's a heat lamp should have been attached properly.
Bacteria.
But you just wouldn't want to just.
It comes from bacteria. That's right. Doggo, you're riding your motorcycle, and the freaking creeks and streams all smell rank. Interesting. I didn't know you were a motorcycle rider. That's cool. Yeah, they probably got that factory farm runoff. There was a fire at Hollywild when I was working there. That was a bummer, but yeah, it was because the animals were all being confined in that barn. Yeah.
Eradicate that and stop accidents like that happening. No.
What would you? Where would you prefer the goats to be? Running up and down the road?
There's no need for them to be there, was there? It was unnecessary for them to be there and to suffer their fate.
Where should they have been?
They just shouldn't.
Lady, please, for all of our sakes, can you try to think just a little? Not even much. Just try a little, because it is actually physically painful to listen to you.
Because they shouldn't be forcefully bred and put into existence.
Is that a decision you ought to make?
Because animals can't speak, you think that you've got the right to make decisions for them that ultimately gives them a short life of misery. Is that what you're saying?
Have you asked the victims?
Well, can you not see visually that animals are in distress in this industry?
None of my animals are distressed. My animals have a lovely.
Do you want me to show you the videos again?
Of what?
Of the animals in
distress?
The
ones in the third world countries? You can find any UK footage.
You said you didn't.
He showed you UK footage. Lady, oh God. All of his activism is in the UK. He's got his own footage he can show you. Oh, man. It's moments like these. I go through peaks and valleys, you know. Sometimes I feel hope. You know, after talking to Jake, I was like, there's hope. We got good people. And then we went over to Jake's channel and he's talking to this lady. And now I have no hope. Hope lost. Jake has taken me through the gamut, roller coaster of emotions.
You said you didn't care about third world countries. You said that it's their culture and it's acceptable. So why are you bringing that up now?
Because you keep showing me videos that you're saying are relevant, and they're not relevant because they're not of the UK.
So just by chance, so let me get this right. Just by chance, the country that you were born in.
Let's just be thorough and go through that.
It's acceptable. So why are you bringing that up now?
Because you keep showing me videos that you're saying are relevant, and they're not relevant because they're not of the UK.
UK investigation reveals dead piglets and caged mother pigs. Footage taken on a Lincolnshire pig farm has revealed... We don't know what that says. Tesco supplier exposed for pig cruelty in UK. Confined in cruelty, the stark reality of UK farming. Horror at RSPCA assured farms revealed. Animal cruelty. Anglesey? I don't know how to pronounce that. Anglesey. Farmer admits causing cattle deaths. Welsh farmers fined 20k pounds, I think, and banned from keeping animals. Whitland farmers face 16 animal welfare and identification charges, failing to provide feed and water to a cow and a calf.
So just by chance, so let me get this right, just by chance.
Pretty easy to just Google that. Would have helped you out.
The country that you were born in this culture that was given to you, you didn't make your own mind up. You were given these beliefs. Just by chance, your culture is right, but the other cultures are not.
I think in the third world countries, their regulations of slaughterhouse is going to be lower than ours. So I can't give an opinion.
Have you been on holiday?
Because I wasn't born.
Have you been on holiday lately?
Yes.
Where did you go?
Greece.
So you went to Greece. Greece have got bad welfare standards. One that you just said that you...
She said yes.
Would disagree with and whatever, but you still funded that industry when you went there. You still brought the flesh.
MILF, what's up?
Yes.
Yeah, so your argument falls down, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Because it's not the UK. But you
were doing good. Greece. You're still doing good, Doggo. Keep it up. Doggo's our resident troll for the day. What are all these pleasantries, Doggo? Come on now. Cinnamon's today like a boss. Whoa, Nil. Make fun of her internet, Doggo. She has weak internet. Be a good troll and Doggo, dog her for her weak internet. And while you're at it, you can dog me for our weak power grid that went out earlier.
So? What? So I should never travel?
No, you can travel. But what I'm saying is,
thank you.
You're funding an industry.
It would be funny if Doggo like really started and like some people didn't know who you were and they were like, let's see if we can get that going, Doggo. Let's see if you can start some actual fights with my regs. How funny would that? Maybe that's not a good idea. But it'd be funny. But then you might get banned. Someone might mistakenly ban you. Triggered by tofu. Nilf, you've got it all. He's got the butt cream already. Yeah, they know you.
Industry that you're saying is not the UK, but when you fly out of the UK and go to Greece and buy it there, you're funding...
I'd be worried that someone would defend me. It was funny one time, I think in the one of Wayne's first interviews, I think it was the one with Vegan Gains. Wayne and I were going back and forth in the comments. I was dogging him. And people didn't know who I was. So everybody was coming to Wayne's defense, being like, how dare you say that to Wayne? Obviously, we were joking, but I thought it was very sweet, actually. Like people like really stood up for Wayne. Or at least a few people did.
That industry? You're funding
you're funding the animal product industry with that phone.
I'm not exploiting animals.
There's dead pig in that phone.
If there's gelatin in this phone, it's a byproduct. And if your industry didn't exist, gelatin wouldn't exist.
Good get out clause.
Plus, even if I didn't have this phone, you would still push pigs into gas chambers, wouldn't you?
Gas chambers are quite, an emotive point. There is footage.
Oh, you mean you have to? It's upsetting, and you don't really have a good response to it.
of them looking distressed. They say that it was because there was the wrong mixture of gas put into it.
So keeping in mind, I said it in the last room, so I'm sorry to be repetitive, but I learned from our interview that he had, I didn't even know, like I knew about the sit-in that Joey Carbstrong and crew did at that gas chamber that he exposed in Pignorant, but I didn't know Plant Geezer was there. He was there. So yeah, he was at that thing. And so yeah, he's actually physically been at the gas chambers, lady. But yeah, you little miss, never been to a slaughterhouse. Go ahead and school Jake on the gas chambers. Yeah, please.
I mean, I've heard that they just fall asleep. And, you know, they don't have very little human intervention. And therefore they stay together and they're a lot
this
calmer.
is a good time. This is a good time. I can play y'all my latest little reel. That's what it's about. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me wait. Let me wait to start over. Wait, one sec. Here you go.
The fact that we were in there and it's a gas chamber. All this, I said to the police at the end, I said, all this for a bacon sandwich, like all of this for a measly sandwich, man. The screams, the smell, the things dripping off the ceiling, the noise of the machinery, the looks on the police faces, you know, because they don't want to be in there either, trying to get us down.
All right. Well, there's the latest reel. Just thought it was a good time to show that one. Let me go back to sharing, present. Thank you, Mary. I use CapCut, NILF. Farmer versus vegan. There we go. There we go.
You would have to look into government regulations whether, you know, that is the best way to slaughter pigs.
Okay, so
at the moment, it's deemed that it is the best way to slaughter pigs.
By the way, guys, those little clips I do, they're like the most work for me, is like putting together those clips, because I'm not a big like video editing person. I'm becoming one, but that's been a learning curve for me. Like for instance, today, I had finished that clip, sent it to Jake to see if he liked it. He said, you probably ought to blur out the pigs, which I'd actually never blurred any footage before, so I had to learn how to do that in CapCut. So I had to get on YouTube and learn how to do it, and it was a whole thing, but I did it. So I guess the point I'm making is the majority of the time that I spend probably goes to making these short little clips that who knows how much reach they get. I mean, sometimes they get good reach on social media, but anyway.
But who told you that? Someone's just told you that and you've agreed because you like the taste, isn't it?
Because I've studied the regulations and the welfare.
Thank you, Doggo. I like them too. Like a lot of them, the ones that I put out, I'm like, I don't love all the ones I've made, but some of them I'm really like a lot. But then they don't perform near as well as I thought. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I've got a banger. I think maybe they're too long. That was another thing that Jake suggested for one of mine. So I have like the first clip I made of my interview with Jake was close to a minute. And he said you should chop it at 34. So I did. but I've got 2 versions of it, and I'm going to experiment. I'm going to put out the full one later and see if that does okay. Or what's up, Sally? Nice to see you. Yeah, that one did well, and that's the one that he suggested I trim down. So that's the short version. There's a longer version that I made that had more footage of the fishing industry. And myself personally, I was much more fond of that one because, for one, I had it worked out so perfectly. Like the music built up at the right moment, came in right at the end. Oh, it's perfect. I'll put it out so y'all can see, and I'll be curious whether you guys like the short or the long. But I guess the point is our short attention span. It doesn't matter if something's good and it's long. It's probably going to be harder to get things out there. Oh, I know. I don't feel bad, doggo. Yeah, I don't feel bad. Sometimes I'm disappointed with them, with their performance, but I'm very used to it now at this point. So I'm more surprised when they do well. Like, I mean, for me, the 1.2K is a pretty good one. For my channel, that's pretty good. And so I was pleasantly surprised that that one did that many.
Deference regulations. That's why I believe it.
Can I ask if does this sound like falling asleep to you?
But then the other one that I just made, the gas chamber one, I think it's tanking. But, you know, it's a second one. I usually only make one per vid, but.
Then is that where the mixture was wrong?
Does that sound like they're falling asleep peacefully?
Is that
That's in the UK, lady.
Wasn't those pigs though, was it? They look all right, don't they?
They look all right.
I mean,
are you saying that these little are you saying that these little baby pigs look all right in a gas chamber getting suffocated to death?
But the screaming is added on. It's edited, isn't it?
No, it's not edited.
Okay, just to make that short that I just showed y'all, I downloaded Joey Carbstrong's 3 hours of raw footage, obviously to take 3 seconds out of it. But anyway, I used some of the most tame stuff, and that's the irony, is because, you know, if you show the brutal shit, it's not going to get shared anywhere. So there's footage of them thrashing all around. There's footage of their bodies being dumped, and y'all saw what I showed, which, even though it was blurred, you can just kind of see that it's just kind of them moving around and screaming. But it's not the worst of those 3 hours, not by any stretch. I hate that, by the way. I'm always like, God, I wish I could just show the most horrific, brutal things. But YouTube, Instagram, whatever, they will knock you out quick. There was a long time on TikTok that I guess my channel was flagged or something. I could not post a single video without it getting held up and frozen due to animal abuse. And I had to appeal every video before it got put out, every single time, for like weeks. And including one that I made with Chris Hines that had just literal standard footage on farms, not even any crazy footage, just them in their stalls, pigs in their stalls. That's it.
That is my mate's footage.
I'll make this less about me.
What he took with secret cameras over a 3-month period. That is genuine footage.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll say the screaming's added on top.
Yes.
I'll say the screaming's added on top. I'll say the screaming's added on top.
Do you think that do they look okay to you?
I can't see. It's really bad footage. Sorry.
Do they sound okay to you?
Looks like pretty good footage to me.
I
Pretty
would
clear.
like it would depend whether they're edited or not.
Can you see them lashing
just
around
sounds
on,
like
on the
white
right
noise to me.
side? Do they look okay to you?
There you go. That's what I was looking at
I
today.
can't really see. I'm sorry.
You can't.
I mean, I'm sure if they are distressed, then something needs to be done about it.
Yeah, we could not
Yeah, like maybe you don't. Yeah, thank you, Jake. Take it away.
fund it. We could not create this. We could not bring animals up and send them to this place.
Sorry,
And we could-
But if they are distressed, then something needs to be done about it.
Yeah, we could not fund it. We could not create this. We could not bring animals up and send them to this place quite easily.
Well, fortunately, 99% of us want to.
But that's not a justification for doing it, though, is it? 99% of people could
It
be
is.
heroin addicts, but it doesn't make it right, does it?
Well, that's how. But heroin's illegal, and eating bacon isn't.
Does legality
illegal.
equal morality? Are you okay with children in Yemen getting married off at 10 years old?
We've been through this.
You're the
Don't
one who
bore me.
mentioned legality. I'm just seeing how consistent you are.
No, but you're coming back with hypothetical arguments.
That's not hypothetical.
It's not a hype. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
The children in Yemen are getting married off
I
at 10
don't
years
know.
old. And
I know nothing. I know nothing about Yemen.
Yeah, it's pretty clear you know nothing about most things, including the things that you're supposed to know about.
do they look?
I know
Do they look
farming.
okay? Do they look like they're peacefully falling asleep? Or is that just completely unnecessary and cruel?
I've said if there are problems with the gas chambers, but at the moment, DEFRA has regulated that that's the best way to slaughter pigs.
Oh, so there's problems with it, but that's the best way. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So there's problems with the best way. What an admission. God, you're losing so hard.
You're saying that on the right side
Because
is the
Do you think she knows?
best way.
regulated that that's the best way to slaughter pigs.
So you're saying that on the right side
Because
is the
of
best
the-
way to slaughter
of the-
pigs? That's the best way?
Right. Are you listening to me?
Do you think that is okay?
Please.
Do-
Can you listen to what I've said?
I'm trying to work out how you can think that is acceptable.
No, yeah, but you're not listening to me, so you're not trying to work out.
Go on, sorry,
You're just going, look, right.
You
I'm-
need the tape, Jake. You're going to have to, you can't talk over her now.
I'm going to say it again. There are obviously problems with the gas chambers.
But you said that that's the best way. So what about the worst ways? Are there problems with those?
With a mixture of gases. Now, at the moment, DEFRA have regulated that that's the best way to slaughter them. Poultry is also slaughtered, gassed.
So you're pro.
So you admit it's bad. Check fucking mate. You could have said that, Jake. That would have been good.
Gas chamber. So you're pro gas chamber?
I don't know enough about it, to be fair. DEFRA have regulated that it's the best way at the moment, and I don't see why I should disbelieve them.
Well, you just looked at the screen. I thought you just admitted that there are problems. You're all over the place.
Something tells me that you are against them deep down, but because of the taste, just because of this 2 minutes of pleasure that you get from eating a bacon sandwich, I think you're trying to justify that and you're trying to keep it because I think
Again, you're telling me what I think and what I feel.
Yeah, you probably think, a lot of things. I don't know what I've done to this mic. But just to finish off, because obviously it'll go right, we'll just keep going around in circles. You're saying that you are okay with gas chambers because of the taste. Can I just get that?
That is not what I said.
Well, to be fair, what she said is, I'm okay with the gas chambers because DEFRA has regulated them as to being the best way to kill pigs.
I think you
Even though she said, I think there are clearly problems with gas chambers, which was nice job, Jake. You got those two incredible statements out of this lady.
you mentioned about legality, and you said, yeah, but it's legal, and there's a lot of jumping around, and I think what it boils down to is the taste, isn't it? It's just the 2 minutes of pleasure that you get.
Don't tell me what I feel and what I think.
Or
that's white noise.
Just for a 2-minute sandwich, that is.
What is? I can't see it.
You can hear it though.
I'll say all I can hear is white noise.
I think we need to stop being cruel. We need to stop unnecessarily breeding these animals into existence and eventually pushing them towards their death. I disagree with that. So do millions of other people. I think that your beliefs were given to you. Well, I know that your beliefs were given to you. And if you were born into a neutral world and given the opportunity to make up your own mind, I do believe that you would think like us and not be for gas chambers and evil atrocities that happen to little babies.
Well said, Jake.
And I think we'll leave it there, man. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Again, you're telling me how I think and how I feel.
Did you make your own mind up about animal suffering, or is it just something that was passed down from...
I've told you I don't agree with animal suffering at all. I told you again and again and again. You just haven't listened. You're not open-minded.
I am.
Oh, well, so I like when people say like vegans aren't open-minded, because keeping in mind that the vegans are the ones who changed. There are very, 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 very few people who are vegan their entire lives. There are some, but the vast majority of us went vegan far later in life than we should have, which is, ever, before, ever after, being born. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So we had to be open-minded. We had to not get triggered. We had to wipe that butthurt cream on our bottoms. We had to spend a whole evening sometimes just rubbing it in. Actually, I didn't, because I never was like you, lady. I just wasn't like this. If someone showed me that shit, I would say that is horrible and it should stop. I don't even care if I went into the debate on the side of the farmers. If you put that in my face and showed me what he just showed you, I would be a real piece of shit to do what you did. And I'm just not. I'm just not a piece of shit. And I don't know why you're not. I mean, I don't know why you are, but you are. And I guess that's the fundamental difference between someone like Jake and someone like you, lady, is that Jake's not a piece of shit and you are. We could try to figure out why that is the case, but it kind of boils down to that, I think.
I am definitely open-minded.
Then why have you just repeated yourself with hypothetical arguments the last hour?
Right? No,
because
you haven't listened.
If we spin it around and we talk about puppies, if I said to you, I am against animal suffering, but
hypothetical argument. Come on, up your game.
It's not hypothetical. I'm saying
up your game, Jake. Jake, if you upped your game, up your game, Jake, because we'll have animal liberation like that. Because Jake is doing it. Jake's doing it.
I've got a dog. I've got a puppy, a little chihuahua.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
up your game, Jake. But all of us up our games. Let's all up our games. That's what I mean. And then we'll do it.
Said to you, I am against animal suffering, which I am, and then I killed my chihuahua at 2.
You know what? I was gonna stop. I was gonna play one more. Well, okay. I've got 2 things planned. Not the PETA video, but I've got 2 more things.
2 years old instead of 20 years old, and pushed him towards his death so that someone could put him on a sandwich. You would think I was crazy. So why doesn't that apply to you?
Because carnivore meat is dangerous to eat. I keep saying
What
this.
if I had a pet
Now,
pig?
this
I know people with pet pigs. That's not hypothetical. I know people with pet pigs, and they have them as pets. and
that's
they-
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, but
That's
a
fine.
pig's not a
But-
carnivore, is it?
so
A pig's an omnivore.
a cat and dogs have been tamed to protect and hunt our food for us,
And a pig hasn't.
which is why
A pig hasn't.
no, a pig hasn't.
Yeah. So
No.
if I was to do that to a pig as a pet, even though it's a pet, it's still a living thing, isn't it? So why is it not okay to do it to a cat or a dog, but it is okay to do it to a pig when I could
Because it's
eat?
dangerous to eat carnivore meat.
But I'm saying a pig is not carnivore, so I could have a pig in place of the dog. And if I said to you, I'm against animal suffering and cruelty, but then I pushed a pig towards its death at 2 years old, you would think I was crazy.
What's with the pushing it to its death?
Because we drive
When
them
do
to
they
the
get pushed
slaughterhouse.
to their death?
We drive the animals.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She is malignantly ignorant. I have to assume that even the farmers are embarrassed with her. She'd be like, if she was a vegan trying to speak out, she wouldn't be getting featured on my channel.
To the slaughterhouse, and they get pushed towards their death.
Yeah.
It's a fraction of their
Gosh.
lifespan.
So? Oh, this is, yeah, okay. Whatever. I'm sorry, I feel you haven't been at all open. You haven't asked. You've stayed stuck in your own arguments.
So, were you open ever in your life? Keeping in mind that you have done the same thing and not changed, whereas he did. At what point were you open?
You've just repeated yourself constantly. You told me how to think and how to feel. And
It sounds like you need someone to tell you how to think and how to feel because you can't really work it out on your own, it seems like. You're a follower. Let's just face it. You are a follower. There are leaders in this world. You are not one of them. You follow the pack. You're not strong. You're weak. And you have to follow. That's it. And that's pretty much what carnists do. They follow. They are not strong people. They don't have fortitude. They're just weak herd animals. That's it.
But you've
Yeah,
just told me
it's
what
not been great.
you've just told me what I've thought and done, and that's exactly what you told me not to do with you. But
No, I
that's what
haven't.
happens. That's what
No, I haven't.
happens
I
in a
didn't.
debate. That's what happens. I think that if you're not a violent person, I don't think that you should fund violence.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, and I
It's
think
not
it's
the opinion of 99.9% of the globe, is it?
No, because they were all brainwashed into it. They didn't make their own mind up. They were given these beliefs. You were forced meat and
all
dairy as a
followed.
child. So was I. So was everyone
Yeah.
else. And you didn't really have a say about it. Really, you haven't thought individually. You
Okay.
haven't deconstructed your belief system and gone.
Yeah, but see now, here's the thing is, but Jake, now she has that chance and she's still incapable of doing it.
Actually, that is a little bit cruel and a little bit messed up. You were given these beliefs.
Are you saying the vegans are much cleverer than other people?
Yes.
I know unintelligent vegans, and I also know unintelligent non-vegans as well.
He's going to say the PC thing. Yes, vegans are more intelligent than you.
Yes.
I would wager that most meat eaters are more intelligent than you too.
So it's nothing to do with intelligence whether they've decided not to eat meat or not.
I wouldn't say intelligence. I'd say a higher level of consciousness. I'd say that people have actually, developed empathy from somewhere and looked at the victim and gone, that could have been anyone. That could have been me. There is no need to inflict misery or use and abuse and exploit animals. There is no need for it.
Do you think a lot of veganism, some veganism is down to eating disorders? Do you think that a lot of teenagers go, I'm going to be vegan this week, can cut out a food group, but actually they have an eating disorder?
Yeah, sure. A lot of teenagers do jump on dietary trends. it's important for you to understand the distinction between going on a diet and what he's talking about, which is veganism. I would have thought you'd have gotten that by now. Clearly not, but here we are again.
Disorder.
That can happen, but that's nothing to do with the philosophy of veganism. That just means they need more education on nutrition.
Maybe.
But would you just finally just admit that there is no need to do what we do to animals at all?
That is such a broad question. And I do think we need to eat animals. And you have not. The vegan diet is incomplete on day one, and that you have done nothing to disprove that fact.
Other than existing? Lady, okay. All right. We gave her a chance. We gave her 6 tries. 6 parts she got. She got 6 parts. Yeah. There's that vid. Please, you know what to do. Go smash the like. Go smash the sub. Hit the bell notification. Do that for Jake's channel. Do that for my channel. And this video I'm going to pull up. We definitely need to do it for this. Okay. Fox 6 is staying on it, keeping on Ridgeland. Let's check it out.
Congressional Republicans are calling on the Trump administration to defund painful research.
Okay, let me change. Let me just hide that.
Research on dogs and cats.
A new bill introduced today comes after top official at the
I
National
believe this was posted yesterday, so this is very fresh. Yesterday or the day before.
and cats.
A new bill introduced today comes after top official at the National Institutes of Health called those experiments unconscionable.
Fox 6 investigator Brian Paulson shows you how that could impact one of the nation's largest beagle breeding farms right here in Wisconsin.
Ridgeland Farms is still the subject.
It's this guy, by the way. He is staying on it. Brian Paulson. What a dude. Yeah, they posted this on, so look up, if you go on Facebook, look up Fox 6 Milwaukee. It's very important that we do this, guys. I really feel this way, that when they're posting things, we got to jump on these stories, thank them, give them hearts, do all that kind of stuff. Thank you for covering the animal topics, because so few people are doing that. So Fox 6 put it on Facebook. He put it on his no, I don't think he's not very active on there, but he's got a page, and it's probably on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, do the thing on Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky. It's on there. Do Blue Sky. Do the and this YouTube video. And I'll link to it. But we gotta let them know how great this is.
Subject of an ongoing criminal investigation into possible animal cruelty. Now an influential activist group is trying to neuter research breeders like them by cutting off a critical funding source, the United States government. Some puppies
they're just so happy
are born free.
to see just these beautiful little creatures, these individuals, all with their personalities and just living their best life and enjoying themselves. And there's just something so special about that.
Some, but not all.
Why should it be any different for dogs at Ridgeland?
30 minutes west of Madison, Ridgeland Farms is home to thousands of purebred beagles that are born in captivity. Most are sold for profit, and many die for science.
I mean, it just breaks my heart.
Amy Van Artsen is co-founder of the Marty Project.
Marty Project, by the way, just started an Instagram page yesterday. So if you're on Instagram, follow the Marty Project.
A nonprofit lobbying firm that aims to eliminate the use of dogs in human product safety testing.
There's a lot of inertia to change the system.
Calls for change are coming from both liberal activists and conservative tax watchdogs like the White Coat Waste Project, where Justin Goodman is vice president of public policy.
We don't want our tax dollars being spent to torture pets.
The federal government spends more than $20 billion a year on research involving more than 775,000 animals. That includes more than 50,000 dogs and cats. And according to data from the USDA, nearly 1/3 of them are subjected to
Jason. Jason strutted in here. I don't know if y'all noticed that. He had like a swagger about him. If y'all are wondering why is Jason in here with his high swagger, you know, that high was all casual high. There was a lot of BDE in that high, wasn't there, Jason? That's because Jason yesterday got first place in my live stream, tied with Mary, which is quite an accomplishment there, Jason. He did it. He did it. And my question to the rest of you is, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? Do you also want to have that BDE? I bet you do. Well, it's not speciesist, Nilf. I understand what you're saying, but this is just toppling the layers. If we can get the dogs out, let's get the dogs out. If it's accomplishable right now to get the dogs out, let's get the dogs out. I understand what you're saying, though. Here's that video that we're watching right now.
Experiments that cause pain or distress.
If you cut off taxpayer funding for these laboratories that are torturing the animals that they get from places like Ridgeland, these companies are going to have to find another way to operate or go into another line of business.
In April, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced plans to phase out animal testing, and the National Institutes of Health vowed to invest in non-animal alternatives. But Goodman says
non-animal alternatives. They're working on all the animals. Now, the Marty Project, yes, is focused on the beagles, but, you know, that's good. They're hyper-focused on Ridgeland, you know?
It's not enough.
The problem is the rhetoric doesn't match the reality at NIH right now.
On July 8th, 11 congressional Republicans wrote to NIH Director Jay Bhattacharya calling for an immediate end to funding for, quote, barbaric dog and cat experiments.
What I think is notable about this letter is that it is signed by all Republicans holding their guy, their NIH director, Trump's NIH director, accountable.
2 days later,
I'm Dr. Jay Bhattacharya.
The NIH director addressed the issue in his official government podcast.
This is a sensitive one. It's about dogs and cats.
With Deputy Director Nicole Kleinstroyer.
Are you asking for my personal opinion?
Yeah, I love your personal opinion.
I don't think we should do research on dogs or cats. Absolutely not. I think it's unconscionable.
Do you believe them?
Absolutely. I think there's no reason not to.
The public statement was welcome news.
She's awesome, but well, like, there's no reason not to be skeptical of what the NIH director says.
Van Artsen.
Absolutely. I think there's no reason not to.
The public
I
statement.
mean, maybe she's talking about the climate right now seems to be in such a way that they are fed up with dog and cat research.
Was welcome news to Van Artsen.
I do believe that this is a tipping point.
Goodman was...
I agree with her. I think it is a tipping point.
Less impressed.
At least they're saying the right things about wanting to phase these things out, but they're making excuses for why they can't.
I also agree with him. Damn it. I don't know where to... I don't know how to feel. I do think this is a tipping point, but I do think that the people in charge are still full of shit. I think both of those things can be true, though. It just goes down to which way the wind's blowing. And these weak people up at the top are going to fall, whichever way the wind's blowing. I think right now the wind is blowing against dog and cat research at the least. And it seems to be blowing against animal research.
Do it.
We are constrained under the law to leave those existing grants in place
for now. But like
for now.
But to phase out, that's
but to phase them out, we are working tirelessly behind the scenes.
Yeah, I understand there, Nil. Yeah, I mean, the general public doesn't care. Obviously, the animal rights people care about all of those animals. And a lot of the public probably does actually care about cute animals like ferrets if they knew about it. And they probably don't know about it. I know, doggo, woke liberals up at the top of our government right now. Especially Trump. What a woke lib.
In fact, Goodman says NIH just
practically a communist
extended a grant at the University of Missouri, where dogs from Ridgeland Farms are infested with disease-ridden ticks, then later euthanized.
Almost on a daily basis, we're seeing grants for dog, cat, and primate testing being renewed with our tax dollars, being extended in some cases for up to 5 years.
These are God's creatures and they're beautiful.
Now, South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace is leading an effort to force the issue.
We'll take the decision out of the NIH's hands and let Congress decide as of today.
On Thursday, she introduced the so-called Preventing Animal Abuse and Waste, or PAW Act. It would prohibit the government from supporting any research that causes significant pain or distress to a dog or cat, specifically research assigned to USDA pain categories D and E, one involving pain that is treated, the other pain or distress that is intentionally left untreated.
Our campaigns are specifically focused on cutting funding for these two most painful categories of experimentation.
While Goodman remains critical of NIH,
they're the black sheep of the bureaucracy right now in Washington.
Van Artsen thinks his attacks are misplaced.
I do think to make this type of systemic change, it's a reluctant acknowledgement that it can take a while.
Still, they agree on one thing. A dog's best life is lived outside the lab. The so-called PAW Act has 12 co-sponsors, 6 Democrats, 6 Republicans, though none of them are from Wisconsin. If passed, it would give the NIH 90 days to stop all support for painful dog and cat experiments. Meanwhile, back here in Wisconsin, a special prosecutor is still investigating possible criminal charges against Ridgeland Farms. An attorney for the commercial breeder says they are confident they are operating within the law. In the newsroom, Brian Polson, Fox 6 Investigators.
Brian Paulson doing it. Y'all know what to do with that video, don't you? Do I need to tell you? I know, doggo. It is. Mary sums it up. Jason? All right, I had to tell you. You need to go click on that link, hit the like button, pause the video. Don't just exit the video because that'll hurt their engagement. They want to see watch time, you know? So you just pause the video. If you keep watching me, just put it on low volume and let it run. And put a comment that says, "Go fuck yourself, Ridgeland Farms," or something like that. You know, just something mature like that. Well, no, actually, doggo, Nancy Mace is leading the charge on animal testing. I think they're focusing on dogs and cats because they can get that done. It's kind of like, is the anti-fur movement speciesist? Of course not. It's just a vulnerable industry. So dogs and cats are something that we can knock out, you know? Yeah, it might get deleted. You got to be mature though. And you got to use those technical terms. You know, if you want to get your message across, it's got to be real technical like that. You know, if you want to be polite, you could say something along the lines of go fornicate with yourself, or, you know, go, I don't know, what's a better word? I don't know. But you can get it across. Doggo, are you not showing up? Maybe because Doggo was being a little bit of a troll. And so we had to put Doggo in timeout. Yeah, you know what? When I look at the stream, I don't see Doggo's comments either. I see that. So if you click on live chat instead of top chat, for some reason, wait, no, that didn't fix it either. There he is. He's number 2. So he's definitely here. He's almost reached that coveted number 1. Let's see. Almost there, Doggo. You lacks just 25 XP to top Mary, to equal Mary, rather. You can do it, Doggo. I think you can do it. Alicia's back. What's up? All right. We've got some new activists in the chat, don't we? So I thought this one might be good. This doesn't apply to everybody, but I thought this one might be timely. This is our friend Chris. I haven't watched this yet. Already gave it a like because I thought I'll probably like this. Because, yeah, introverts can be activists too. Chris Bryant, PhD. Let's check it out. Animal activism for introverts.
When you think about animal activism, you probably think about this sort of thing. People shouting into megaphones, going onto farms in the middle of the night, and having confrontational debates.
It tastes the same. No, it doesn't.
If you're like most people, this all seems a bit much. Don't get me wrong, I have great respect for the people who are brave enough to do this sort of thing, and there's no doubt that it helps animals. But there's a lot of people who are just not cut out for this sort of thing. Not everybody has the righteous indignation of Joey Carbstrong or the calm poise of Earthling Ed. There are a lot of people who are naturally pretty quiet, quite conflict averse, and really hate getting drawn into arguments. So can these people still help animals? Absolutely. This.
Glad you said absolutely, because I thought maybe it would be, nah, get out. Get out of our no, I'm just kidding.
Is animal activism for introverts.
Wouldn't it be funny if he called it animal activism for introverts and then he was just like, nope.
One of the first pieces of research we did at Bryant Research was this report on quiet activism. We asked 1,000 people in the UK for their views on animal activism. Just 6% said that they had taken part in animal activism, with a further 17% saying...
Let me just throw something out there that y'all can do, and you can call yourself top activists if you hit that like button, as Lewis said. Was it Lewis? Alicia? Who said it? Whoever said it. Should have put you at number 1. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't stop there. Why stop there when there's more buttons to push? There's also that bell notification. You can do that too. And that's activism right there, because it makes me feel a little less bad.
Saying that they had taken UK for their views on animal activism. Just 6% said that they had taken part in animal activism, with a further 17% saying that they had not taken part in animal activism, but that they would like to. That means that we've only activated about 1/4 of potential animal activists. When we asked people why they hadn't been more involved in animal activism, 32% said that they didn't have enough time or resources, 29% said that they weren't a vegetarian or vegan, so felt that it wasn't their cause, but 56% said that they either didn't know enough, wouldn't be confident enough, or wouldn't be good at it. So we've got 3/4 of potential animal activists sitting on the bench and not really doing anything for animals. And that's mainly because they think that it requires a lot of skill or confidence or knowledge to do any animal activism. That's mostly because they have a specific idea of what animal activism looks like. But what if that idea is completely wrong? What if there are highly effective forms of animal activism that don't require
Chris is calming me down with that easy jazz elevator music going right now. That's more like hotel lobby music we've got right now. I feel like I'm in the embassy suites right now.
Phones or debates or confrontation at all. The protests and debates that happen in the vegan movement tend to be the most visible events, and so that's what people think of as animal activism. But these very extrovert-coded activities are far from the only thing that you can do to help animals. Our survey found that just 15% said that they'd be willing to take part in frontline activism, such as attending protests or marches, and 64% said that they would not be willing to do this. Compared to that 15%, 27% said.
Aaron P., if you're lurking, I reacted to your pizza review earlier, but unfortunately, my power went out. I lost that stream. Anyway, good pizza review, Aaron. I did it because I too, well, it's gone, but I had my own vegan pizza, and I thought heads would explode if I ate vegan pizza while reacting to your vegan pizza review. Heads did explode. In fact, we had 2 trolls. We had like 2 of the most aggressive trolls come in shortly after that. So it got to them. Yeah. He threatened to body slam me, Aaron P., because I did a vegan pizza review. Man. So rude.
That they would be willing to do online activism, such as sharing videos or other information on social media.
To be fair, he was probably actually, his butt was really hurting because we were watching the Plant Geezer debate.
1% said that they would be willing to do so-called everyday activism, such as wearing animal advocacy fashion and putting up stickers. 39% said that they would be willing to do intimate social activism, such as talking to their immediate friends and family and hosting vegan dinner parties. And 41% said that they'd be willing to take part in charity activism, such as raising money to give to charities or volunteering. So for these other forms of activism compared to frontline activism, somewhere between 2 and 3 times as many people were willing to take part. In particular, is encouraging.
Oh, hang on. Let me put Chris on the screen. Make sure I get it right.
To see so many people willing to take part in both charity activism and intimate social activism. We talk a lot on this channel about impactful charity activism and how the most impactful animal advocacy charities can save about 4 animals to the dollar. The ultimate engagement with charity activism is what's called earn to give. This is probably one of the most impactful things that an individual can do to help animals. Some charity activists make it their life's mission to secure high-earning careers so that they can earn more money to give to animal charities.
I don't know the general earnings of my typical viewer, so maybe I shouldn't generalize, but it's just sort of based on my own standing, and I just kind of figure we don't have a huge sum of cash laying around. So this is where when we start talking about donating of money and charity and stuff, where it kind of, for me, it kind of goes past me. But I'm more interested in like, what are those other forms? For instance, like this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. I mean, I know what they are. I just want him to say it. Say it, Chris. Push that. Wait, I need to find where we were. There.
Want to see an example of an inspiring person who does this? Check out the interview with Felix Werderman on my channel. Some people find this a little bit unintuitive. Are you really doing that much to help animals if all you're doing is giving money? Well, yes, you are actually. In fact, you're probably doing more for
He might have been responding to people like me.
animals than somebody who works in animal advocacy in a paid role. And here's why. Let's say that option A is working in a paid role for a vegan charity. Now, if you weren't doing that job, the organization would be paying somebody else to do that job. Unless you're volunteering, you're not actually adding resources to that organization. You might be making a positive difference, but it's equal to the amount better that you're doing the job than the next best person they would have hired would have done the job. So it's likely pretty marginal. And let's say that option B is working in a well-paid role, such as a business consultant, and giving, say, 10% of your earnings to effective animal charities. Well, if you weren't doing that, those charities would just have less money. It's also pretty unlikely that the next business consultant who would be doing your job would also be giving 10% to effective animal charities. So in that case, you actually are adding to the movement quite a lot. It might feel unintuitive, but option B is going to help a lot more animals than option A here. If you're somebody who cares about reducing animal suffering and you're in a professional career, or you soon will be, the animal movement needs you. There really just aren't many resources in the animal movement currently, and with more resources, we could do a lot more to help more animals. Personally, I give hundreds of pounds a month to effective animal charities, but there really aren't that many people doing this. In a sense, this seems like an opportunity because I know that there are so many vegans who are definitely passionate enough to be doing this. If you're a passionate vegan and you care about helping animals, but you're not really the loud activist type, charitable activism could be for you. By earning to give substantial amounts of money to effective animal charities, you can make a huge difference for animals. You can also volunteer your time through structured platforms like the Humane League's Fast Action Network, and you can do that by joining me each week for Vegan 2.0.
Yeah, you just kind of touched on just kind of a point I was making and kind of making it self-centered, like you can like my streams, but you guys are the best. So I'm speaking to the choir. You guys already do all this, but really, if you're not feeling doing activism on a particular day, but you see someone else is, just supporting them in doing it, which can be as little as joining their stream or liking their video or commenting or whatever, trying to get other people to see it, that sort of thing. You guys already like kind of pros at that, in my opinion.
Intimate social activism involves cooking and hanging out, and then recommending short, non-graphic YouTube videos to your immediate friends and family. You can make this an occasion with your parents or your siblings or your friend. Tell them, hey, it'd be nice to spend some time together. Would you like to come and cook this meal and eat with me? Ideally, what you want to do is go with them to buy ingredients, then cook together, and then eat together and enjoy the food together. You want to be making genuinely tasty and genuinely easy dishes only here, because the point is to leave them with something that they know they enjoy and they know that they could make. So now is not the time to show off your niche tastes or your advanced cooking skills. For me, I would probably make a nice Beyond Burger with all the dressings and fancy chips in an air fryer. This is mainly because I'm a genuinely terrible cook and I would very likely mess up anything more advanced.
Same.
But again, you want it to be easy for them to recreate. Choose a dish you know this person's going to enjoy, and then.
But you guys already do this, right? This is so intuitive to me that with friends and family, we're all trying already, right? You know, to varying levels. Obviously, sometimes it's like I can't break through. Sometimes I can't get through to these people or that person, but we're always thinking about it, right? Yeah, it's pretty. He's gearing some of his videos towards, you know, like, I think people who haven't thought too much about it yet.
Ask them if they're enjoying it.
But he's trying to cover the gamut.
Enjoyed it, to have them affirm it to you and to themselves. You might not want to dump on this pleasant day of cooking by talking about factory farming a lot. So here's what you can do instead. At the end of the interaction, once they've bought, prepared, cooked.
I mean, to me, like, what I consider to be passive activism is like getting books, watching the films on Amazon, making sure I review the films. To me, that's very passive, but in a way active. You could say reacting to other people's content is kind of passive activism. It's not really activism. It's just kind of hanging. I think stickering is like one of the top. You know, it's just so easy to do also. So, yeah. What are some, I mean, this whole thing about cooking meals for friends and family, I think I agree that that's sort of a passive activism, or not even passive, just what do you call it? Intimate social activism. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, really, I mean, we want to encourage people to be more active, do more, say more, act more, obviously. But we should acknowledge that just being vegan is a form of activism, honestly, by itself. It is. And you actually do influence people, whether you know it or not, just by being vegan. I mean, you can see like how triggered people get just by a vegan video. Just people knowing you're vegan has some kind of impact on your surroundings, good or bad. And I think even when it's bad, then it's still good because you're still occupying space and turning it vegan, at least in your immediate little space. I don't know. Let me go to the chat, see what others are saying. Yeah, stickers for the win. Elwood. Mary, you feel like you're not doing enough when you're not at a vigil or a slaughterhouse, but everybody feels that way all the time, you know? Like we always feel like we're not doing enough because the emergency's still there. So don't beat yourself up that you're not at a slaughterhouse or something. It's okay. Well, let's agree to disagree, because to me, veganism is the #1 thing. And being vegan and doing a boycott is activism to me. But why nitpick? We don't need to nitpick on that. Got my parents to watch Okja. They liked it, but they didn't go vegan. Well, see, that was a good try there, Jason. And Okja has actually turned a lot of people vegan. One of the first things, when I went vegan, I went to this like, one of the first things I did was like go on Meetup and find other activists or other vegans, I should say. And that's why I say it's kind of activism, because it's like setting you up with like a community. I needed that. I didn't need that. I wanted that. So I went and ate with some people, and there was a woman there probably in her 30s who said that she went vegan from watching Okja. And I heard several people say that. I'm not going to fight you, Lewis, because I feel like you'll kick my ass. And I'm scared. So I don't want to fight. Don't fight me, Lewis. Intimate. Yeah, I mean, what he's describing is effective for sure. Right? All right, let's get back to Chris' video. I'm sorry, Lewis. I'm sorry. I'll go over here now. Damn it. Pissed off Lewis again.
And enjoyed vegan food, you can say to them, thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you doing this with me. To really show you how much this means to me, I'd love to send you a 10-minute YouTube video. It's a cartoon, it's nothing gruesome, but it's just going to explain in a friendly way why this was so important to me. And then you hit them with the Dominion link. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I really
no, you
recommend
do.
these
You hit them with the Dominion link. Actually, you do.
videos on YouTube, and then you hit them. It's just going to explain in a friendly way.
I do that. Y'all don't do that? I shit out Dominion links. I shit Dominion links. Everybody in my circle is going to know about Dominion or Earthlings.
This was so important to me. And then you hit them with the Dominion link. No, I'm just kidding. I really recommend these videos on YouTube by Cont'd. They're cartoon style. They're not too long, so they're not a big commitment to ask somebody to watch. And based on the comments, they're pretty compelling to a general non-vegan audience. If you can get the person to agree to engage with something more substantial, like Earthlings or Land of Hope and Glory, then bonus points. But it's probably going to be easier to get them to agree to a 10-15 minute YouTube video, at least at first. Currently, 3/4 of potential animal activists are inactive. They're mostly inactive because they think of animal activism as being frontline activism, and so they think that they don't have the time or the expertise or skills to engage in it. But compared to frontline activism, between 2 and 3 times as many people are willing to take part in charity activism or intimate social activism. Through charity activism, getting your head down and earning significant money to donate to effective animal charities is one way that you can make a huge difference for animals. Through intimate social activism, like cooking together, and then recommending short YouTube videos, you can plant a seed and help start the change for your immediate friends and family. We need more animal activists, even the introverted kind. One way that we can achieve this is by letting the animal movement know that activism is not always loud. Sometimes the best activism can be quiet. This is Chris Bryant, PhD. Cheers.
All right. Nice video, Chris. You guys know what to do. Jason, don't make me explain it to you again. You're coming off that #1 spot. Don't let me down. I put the link, and I'm not even going to instruct you on what to do. You guys know at this point. Guys, I've talked about it a number of times, I think, on this channel that I don't say this to be pushy and say you need to do this or you should do that. But I've talked about how in like the first year for me of even going vegan, it was a time of very rapid change. Job, partner, everything. Veganism, music, everything. And I intentionally did a year of reinvention. It was very deliberate. I said, I'm just going to be a different person at the end of this year, whole year of reinvention. And a big part of that was to just put myself in situations that I thought were like going to be a little uncomfortable. And it was very rewarding, very good for me. In terms of activism, it meant doing disruptions, vigils, other things. It involved, going places that I wouldn't normally go. Socials, even I feel like I'm decently outgoing at this point in my life, but I've never been like a social butterfly, and I have a social battery that depletes really quickly. And so I put myself in social settings, all this kind of thing. And if you can do that in your own life in some small scale or some whatever scale that works for you, you'll probably be rewarded for it. And you'll probably discover that you have a knack for things that you didn't know you had a knack for, or that you take a liking to things that you didn't know, or that you had more courage than you thought you did, or that things that seemed hard at first weren't actually that hard. And probably most importantly, that when you fucked up, it didn't matter that much. And I love that lesson. I got that lesson so much from playing piano on the street. And I went out technically, I guess, before I was ready. I wasn't like great. I was getting better while I was out, you know, but I would fuck up a lot. Nobody gave a shit. They didn't even hear it. They didn't even know what I was doing. They didn't know what I was playing. And I just feel like that's a great lesson for life. Like, we care about our own fuck ups more than the world does. Everybody's got their shit. Everybody is worried about their relationship or, you know, their bill they got to pay or something. They don't care when we fuck up unless we royally fuck up. So don't royally fuck up. And I'm talking mainly to you, doggo. Don't you fuck up, doggo. I don't know why I picked on you there, but don't do it. And you, Lewis, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Lewis. Mary? Alicia just did it. She just put herself out there yesterday. Awesome, Alicia. You went to that slaughterhouse in Toronto. And I'm sure you're glad you did, right? And it was a lot, you know, you were in tears. It was a lot of emotion. And is there a master list of vegans to subscribe to? That's a good question. They actually do have one of those on Blue Sky. If you're on Blue Sky, Marina Bolotnikova, who was a guest on my channel, who is the Vox writer, real honed in on animal rights, writes about agriculture, animal ag. She actually has a curated list of people on Blue Sky, which was very helpful because, yeah. Anyway, but you know, probably has one on Twitter too, if you're on that. I don't use Twitter, guys. When the owner's giving Nazi salutes, I'm out. I think you got to draw the line at Nazi salute, don't you? So fuck Twitter. Goodbye. Not coming back. I know Elon put his tail between his legs and scurried away from Trump after realizing, oh, this guy doesn't actually love me. He doesn't actually love the environment or care about my electric cars. Now I'm gonna say he's in the Epstein. Fuck off, Elon. I'm not coming back. I didn't want you in the first place. When I was on Twitter, you weren't there. You weren't part of that. It was a couple of other dudes. And they weren't Nazis. They do not, Lewis. Nazi lives do not matter. I don't know what happened to our stream here. We were going great, and then suddenly I'm talking about Elon and Nazis, and it's just how it goes sometimes. I'm disappointed that the power went out on the last stream. We had the trolls. Things were going great. Then they didn't show up. Didn't show up. Why? What did we do wrong? Talk to me, trolls. How do I get you back? It's like I didn't know what I had until I lost it. Now I know. I guess they were disappointed in me. Yeah, the smells are bad at these places. Did I have anything else? I had the PETA video. Am I going to go see some? Okay. Did I have anything else? Let's see. Shall we do it? It's Saturday night, though. Who is this guy? 3 million subscribers. This guy has 3 million subscribers, and I have, what, 400? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's not better than me. I can already tell. Well, he made a video called PETA is the worst. PETA's the best. Landlords are the worst. It does all he do is make videos called "This is the Worst." Is that called family influencer crimes are the worst? Oh man. It might take a lot of energy to I feel like PETA deserves me at my best to defend them from this guy. So let's save that. We'll save that for another day. All right. That's Doggo's recommendation. Wait, no, he's an animator first and foremost, I'm pretty sure, but that is his other channel, Meat Canyon. What's with the meat thing? That's true, Lewis. I'm almost there. We're well on our way to 3 mil. And y'all know, if I get to 1 mil or whatever, taking you guys with me. We're all going to have 1 mil together. Yeah, you're right, Doggo. I got to trigger the carnivores. How do I do it? You know what I might do? I might take that congressional hearing and make some videos from that. And I'll title them Vegan Goes Off on Lawmaker Simping for Smithfield. How's that? Is that good? Vegan Goes Off on Lawmaker who has Smithfield cum all over his face. How's that? All right. That seems like a good stopping point right there, right? That's probably where it's time to end. Maybe I'll game later. I think yeah, I think I'm gonna go out for a little bit. Try to actually have an evening. And then maybe I'll come back and play some what's it called? Wuchang or Cyberpunk. Either one. Before y'all go, let's tally up the numbers. Not going to do a big celebration, but let's it's important to note who was the best. Oh my God. This has never happened before in the history of my channel. We don't have a bronze to give out because we only have a tie for first. Did you hear that? I don't think you guys understand the gravity of that. I don't think you take it as seriously as I do. Heads must be exploding right now. You guys must not be okay. Wow. Okay. Mary, once again, is in the top. No big shocker there. Mary, you're consistent. You always do it. No one can topple you, Mary. I don't think anyone has. Have they? I think Felix did one time. Felix did it. Nil. I got to be honest with you, Nilf. I doubted you. I didn't know you had this in you. But you, sir, you left me very satisfied today. Very satisfied. 150 satisfied, to be precise. But, you know, you want to know why I'm so satisfied more than anything at all? Is because the 3 top people who just, let's face it, they're the upper echelon of human beings at this moment, combined for 450 XP. You each gave me 150 XP of love today, and I just totally lost my train of thought. I think I had a glimmer of thinking about what is happening to my channel and just being very grateful that people stick around. So, Doggo, I can't believe it. You trolled your way to the top. That's amazing. You took negativity and turned it into positivity, and you went right to the top, along with Mary and Nilf. You guys are the big winners today. But listen, if you didn't hear your name called, that doesn't mean you didn't participate. Lewis, you also participated. There's actually a huge tie for 4th. Alicia, you participated. Jason, you did that too. Jason, you listen, Jason, I feel like you tried to coast today. You were all high off your big win yesterday. You swaggered in here with that high. We all felt that energy. And I feel like you felt like you could just coast to another win, but others saw you get that BDE and they had to respond. So just next time, Jason, you got a little more. Swing it around. Do a little helicopter thing with it. Maybe that'll work. Honest Doubter, you also tied. And let's not forget that Jonathan and Sally were also here. I like the participation trophies. Kane shows up now. Are you serious? Kane. Wow. You know what happened in your absence, Kane? Nilf took first place. Well, it was a tie. But you know what? Where there was a void, Nilf filled it. Nilf will fill any gap, any opening, any crevice, any orifice is not safe around Nilf. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Good night. Love you, Nilf. Love you, Mary. Love you all. Love you, Doggo. Yes, you guys are the best. And Kane, you're also the best. Thanks for showing up. Better late than never. Have a good night, y'all. Maybe I'll see you guys later. I should do that when I have the end stream button before now I have to scroll to. Anyway, it's over now. It's over.